nice little headline for this is how to achieve your dream body in just 6 hours per week, right? And those 6 hours are strictly focused on the gym, not including the food preparation, right? So how to achieve your dream body in just 6 hours per week. So when it comes to the natural body method, right? The method that we're applying in this program, uh, here's a little story about how I learned or how I earned it, right? So in college, in undergrad, I decided that I wanted to be a professional bodybuilder, but I wanted to do it naturally, even though I was in an untested division, right? So this was some big goal that I had at the period of time. And my junior year of college, right, after 2 years of competing and getting setback after setback, right, knockdown after knockdown, not placing as well as I wanted to, not bringing the package or the body to the stage that I really envisioned or wanted. Um, At this point, I had already been training for a few years, but I just got inside of a big box gym. My fitness manager at the time, Justin, he had recently competed in a national bodybuilding show. So he had more experience than I had, and he had actually been coached by a gentleman named Matt Porter, who was one of the most respected coaches, business owners. He has a supplement company, and bodybuilders in the Pacific Northwest in the state of Washington. So, guys like Bob Proctor and a lot of these people talk about the power of mentorship, right? So this is where I was going through my struggle of trying to accomplish this goal, and a mentor came across my path, right? He saw potential in me, Justin, and he took me under his wing. So by this point, I had already tried so many things. I had tried If It Fits Your Macros. I had tried keto. I had tried intermittent fasting. I had tried all these different methods of dieting, and it just seemed like it hadn't really come together for me yet, right? So that's when, Justin implemented some different, I guess, protocols into what I was doing. He changed up some things with the nutrition, right? He delineated what I was doing with my cardio, and then I maintained what I was doing on my training as I had already done previously. So I pretty much followed his approach for 6 years, and every single year together, I got better and better and better. My package that I brought to stage was sharper. I was leaner on stage. It was just all around improvements in those 6 years that we did work together. And this is essentially how, right? Not only what we applied in my body, but what I've been able to then duplicate in others' bodies is what has become today the natural body method that we're all following. All right. So there's four pillars when it comes to a fat loss program. Just like a chair, you have four legs to a chair. Without one of the legs, sure, you can sit in it, but it's going to be a little unstable. You take away two legs of that chair, there's no more sitting in that chair. It's going to fall over every time. And then, of course, you can't do it with just a one-legged chair. So, the first pillar, you want to create a calorie deficit of at least 500 calories, right? Of 500 calories or more every single day just by food, not factoring in your physical activity. Now, when you do this, right, over the course of 7 days, you're going to have a deficit of at least 3,500 calories. And when we look at mathematics, 3,500 calories is 1 pound of fat. All right. So if you have a deficit of 3,500 calories over the course of a week, you're going to lose 1 pound of fat. Now, as nice and simple as it sounds, our bodies aren't science equations, they're not math equations. So it doesn't always work out that way, but that's a great starting place, right? So we'll build on this first pillar. Second, you want to create a weekly calorie deficit with steady state cardio. Now, this cardio is going to be more like insurance, right? We already have our deficit set up with our food. So now we're going to add cardio on top of that food, that calorie deficit. And that cardio is going to put us in even more of a deficit and make sure that we are losing weight or losing fat on this journey, right? Now, the third pillar, is you want to train each body part at least one time per week. And if you have any, weaknesses or spots that you really want to focus on bringing up, you can target those more than once a week. You can go for more of a 2 time a week with those. Now, the reason that we want to maintain this resistance training in our fat loss program is to avoid a skinny fat appearance. This skinny fat appearance, right, is what happens when someone loses the weight and they end up losing muscle with their fat. So it's not just fat loss, but they end up, just kind of flabby, like a skinnier version of what they were, but with no real shape, no real definition. So this weight training is going to help us, one, maintain our muscle that we worked hard to build, or if we haven't worked hard for it, just maintain it as we lose our fat. Two, it's going to help us maintain our metabolism. So now once we're done dieting and we've accomplished our goal, it'll be easier to resume our normal lifestyle. We won't be in such a metabolic deficit that there's no coming back. And then three, for those of you who are newer to lifting, you can actually begin to build muscle during this calorie deficit. If you're newer in lifting, this is possible. If you've been training for years and years and years consistently, then it's more likely that you're just going to be maintaining. And the fourth point, accountability, right? Accountability. And I always leave this one open-ended because it's simply accountability to someone, right? Whether it's an accountability partner, whether it's a coach, whether it's yourself, as long as it's someone who can truly, genuinely hold you accountable. And the thing is, this person isn't going to put you in a headlock to do what you need to do. No, you have to allow them to hold you accountable, right? So there's going to be certain measures in place, and you have to agree to follow suit with these accountability measures, right? So in our program, we have accountability measures. We have our bi-weekly Zoom meeting. We have our weekly check-ins, and we have our group chat. All right. So we have our accountability measures, but they only hold the power that you give them. If you don't give them power, it's just another thing to do, right? So these are the four pillars or frameworks that will allow you to accomplish your goal body in as little as 6 hours per week. Now, to show you guys some people who I've applied this natural body protocol with, or this natural body method with, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So, sent myself a few of my testimonials over the years. Let's start off with this one. Of course, it's going to load slow. There we go. It was fine just a second ago. All right. Well, technical difficulties. There we go. All right. So this is one of my clients from, I believe this was last year or the beginning of this year. His name was Travis, right? We were working together for 6 months. He dropped 10% body fat. He was stronger than he had been in 22 years of lifting out. He went from this to this. And he went on to apply the principles that we applied together to take this even further and get even better. I saw him and he had abs, right? A few months after this photo was taken. It's all in following through on the methodology, I'm telling you. That's all it is. Just doing it day after day. Let me show you guys another example. So we got Rob, Robert Courtney here. We worked together. Now this one was a few years ago. This one was in 2021. So Rob, We dropped 33 pounds in 14 weeks, starting at 194 pounds and finishing at 161 pounds, right? Now, this guy was a workhorse. This guy literally, I didn't have to question whether what I assigned him to do, what I assigned him to eat, what I assigned him to do as cardio. I didn't have to question if he was going to do it or not. He was dedicated. And because he followed through with the program, he accomplished some uncommon results. Let me show you guys another one. This is Big Dog right here. Big Dog Brent. Boom. He went from 250 pounds to 215 pounds. We lost 37 pounds over 7 months, y'all. Over 7 months. And we actually went through two different transformations with Brent. So this one was in 2020. So let's see. The first run through, we went from 250 to 215 from the left to the right. And then the second run through, we went from 222 to 215. So you'll see here that because we maintained his muscle mass and his metabolism after getting to 215 together in 2017, he was able to keep his weight down far significantly below 250 up till 2019, right? And then we went for another cut, got him back down to 215, but significantly better this time with significantly more muscle this time. And this is all a matter of him, once again, following the blueprint, just doing the steps. It's simple, but it's not easy, right? And let's see, I got some more examples in here, but I feel like you guys kind of get the point. I did throw a female in here as well. Not sure if it'll play the video or not. Let's see.
Buddy, I'm here with the lovely Carrie who stays lives part-time. Now I want to show you her check-in from the day. Now, as of 1 month ago, we've been able to add an entire inch onto her hips and an entire quarter inch onto her thighs, onto her quads and hamstring, while minimizing her waist gain to 1/16 of an inch. Yeah, that's a lot of leg growth while keeping that waist nice and tiny.
Now she had a different goal, right? Her goal was she wanted that natural BBL. She wanted that bathing suit body. So she actually had to build muscle. And we were on less of a fat loss focus and more of a muscle building focus, right? But pretty much everyone else that you've seen today that I've shown you had a fat loss as their primary goal and muscle building as their secondary goal. So I just wanted to pretty much show you guys, right? Teach you guys my framework for losing or achieving your dream body in as little as 6 hours per week. All right. So you got the four pillars. You understand. You've seen people do it, men and women. Now you have all the tools that you need. This is just to add more validity to what you guys are currently doing, to increase your conviction of what you're currently doing, and to add value to it, right? Because it's something when you're doing something, maybe it feels stale, maybe you're not really giving it the full chance to work for you like you want it to, so you're not seeing results. So now you begin to doubt, is this the best way to go about doing this? Does this even really work? What if I do it and it doesn't work? So I just wanted to show you guys and give you certainty that it works. It's worked for me. It's worked for multiple other people. It's worked for multiple clients. So you guys just stay the course. And I'm definitely happy to, you know, start with you guys, tweak some things. The next group who will be doing this program, they're going to be paying more like 500 to 600 for the 12-week program. But I wanted to, get a beta group going, work out the kinks, get some testimonials, get some results. And the crazy thing is, I know, TQ, you're not really included in this conversation, but what's given freely isn't appreciated, right? So there were some people in this beginning group who had low cost of entry, right? Or no cost of entry. and a lot of those people aren't succeeding like I would like them to, but that's just a matter of value because they didn't pay for it, they didn't respect it. So guarantee those of you who do accomplish results, it works, you know it works, just follow the plan and you'll achieve success. And your testimonial will help inspire others who come in the program in the future. And then for those who come in the future, they're going to pay for this information. They're going to have a different frame of mind when they begin the program. So they're going to definitely want to follow through on their investment. So I'm just so happy to be starting with you guys. I believe in you guys. I know that you can accomplish success. And you know, let's have a successful week. Let's have a successful 2 weeks. All right. With New Year's, you know, feel free to enjoy the moment, enjoy your families. If y'all decide to do something to eat somewhere, that's totally fine. Have a cheat meal on New Year's. But let's go ahead and tighten it up for 2025. 2025 is the year that all things come alive. And I'm so excited. So, does anyone have anything that they like to add to end us off today? Right. So we locked in, man. I hope that today's, group Zoom kind of increased your conviction of what's possible for you, seeing that it's not just me who's had accomplished results using the strategies, but I've had multiple different clients over the years who have accomplished extreme results. And there's nothing special about them. They don't have special genetics. They don't have crazy metabolisms. They're just regular people who did the work, who followed through on the program as designed. They didn't take it as this is like a recommendation. They didn't take it as this is a good idea. They took it as this is the blueprint. So I'm going to follow it. So I hope that you guys do too. All right. You guys have an incredible week. Happy New Year's. I will see you all in 2025. And if you haven't yet already, go ahead and submit those check-ins for me for this week. And let's keep this show on the road, y'all. All right. Peace.
Thanks, Deshaun.
Got you guys.
Happy New
Appreciate it.
Year's.
Happy New Year's, y'all. Have a good night.